हाँ, हाँ। तो तो अपनी फोर्थ फ्लोर पे चल देंगे। फ्लैट ब्लैक कलर का गेट होगा बड़ा सा। फोर्थ फ्लोर पे दीजिए फोर्थ। ठीक है, नहीं होगा तो छत पे लोगे।
Easy? Okay. The second is rank order. I gave you the example of rank order where I'll try to give ranks according to my performance, according to my preference, sorry. Now, what is that ranking? If I'll ask you people which drink you like the most, rank it as 1, and which the drink that you not like the you like at least rank it as 10. I'll give you the 10 options. According to your preference, you are going to rank it. Suppose I'm giving you 3 options: Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, and Coca Cola. Are you able to rank it? Are you able to rank it? So this becomes your ranking scale. If I ask you, can you give me one question based on, can you quickly type in the chat box and tell me one question on the basis of paired comparison? Where you are comparing two things at a time? Write a question on paired comparison in the chat box quickly. Okay, Ruchika has written, which transport service do you prefer, Ola or Uber? Very good, Ruchika. I'm expecting more answers. Spencer has written, which chocolate do you like better, Kit Kat or Munch? Very good. Okay, so there is one more answer from Rashik Hill. Which online shopping site is more preferable, Amazon or Flipkart? Which leadership style used transport service? Mamta, I'm not getting you. Bhavna has written, which flavor of ice cream do you like, butterscotch or vanilla? Yes, Bhavna, it's correct. Navdeep, which mode you will prefer for taking FDP classes, online or offline? Perfect. ठीक है? So Mamta, I do not know what you have written, but again, so paired comparison is when you try to compare the two things at hand. Now tell me a question on, use the chat box again and tell me, use the question on the basis of rank order, where you are giving the options and where the respondent has to rank according to their preference. Rank order में थोड़ा ज़्यादा options दे देना. Which mode of transportation use going to the office? Jazib, yes, you are right. Metro or bus. This is paired comparison. Rank your favorite sweets. Okay. Order of preference, bus, metro, airplane, car. Very nice. You can always give them more options and you can always ask people to rank it. So, Rashik Hill, so when you are saying rank your favorite sweets, you have to give the options as well. Mamta,
Sorry,
order of
ma'am.
food stores, right? Okay. So, I think this is clear. Ranking. Okay, great. So then we have constant sum. I'll again present my screen. I'll try to display. Okay. I am asking my respondent in the constant sum scale, why do you buy a car? Why do you buy a car? Give points on the reasons. Okay. For instance, this is my question. This is a very basic question, not even properly formulated. Okay. So my one option can be, I buy card because of features. You can always give the options, because of the style, because of the color, because of the price, because of the quality. Maybe these are the options that I'm giving to the person. Now what I'm expecting is, when it comes to constant sum, इसका मतलब ये है कि total sum जो सारे points हम allot करेंगे answer में, it should be equal to 100, not more than that. For instance, I buy car due to, on the basis of price. So maybe I can give 15 points to price, then quality, which means I'm giving 30 points to it. Then color, maybe I can give 10 points to it, and features 10 points. Then I'm left with only 0 points here. So my total sum should be 100. You see, the total is 100 now. It is nothing but a replacement of rank order in terms of points. For instance, यही question अगर मुझे ranking करनी होती, तो मैं ranking कैसे करती? I would have ranked price as 1, quality as 2, color as 3. ये भी हमारा coincide कर गया, तो 3 आ जाती इसकी rank, and then 4. Switch on your mics and tell me, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So can you please quickly make a question on constant sum now? Use the chat box. Okay, why do you visit a salon? feature when purchasing a smartphone. Aruchika, can you elaborate more? Give options, please.
Yes, ma'am. By mistake, I had
Okay,
clicked
okay.
on enter. Sorry.
Uh, Rashik, I do not know how you pronounce your name. May I
मैम
call
इट्स
you?
राशि इट्स मी एक्चुअली ओ सॉरी मैं यूजर नेम चेंज करना भूल गई
Okay, Rashi. Okay, Rashi. Please give options, please.
या
I want more responses so that I'll be able to analyze whether you are with me or not. Eamon, why do you like having KFC products? Taste, presentation, brand, packaging. Okay. You can always, ठीक है, done. 50, 20, 30. Right. We do not have to give our answers like 50, 20, 30. It's just that the respondent will give these answers. है ना? हम तो सिर्फ उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं ओपन एंडेड. यहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्डेंट आंसर्स देगा.
ओके मैम
Bhavna has written what factors you consider before buying a dress. Bhavna, options चाहिए मुझे. Ruchika, features, battery life, screen size, camera quality, price. Question क्या था Ruchika?
Ma'am, while buying a smartphone, what
All right,
features do
all
you
right.
prefer?
So these are the options we are giving to the candidate or the respondent. We say तुम्हें पता है ना questionnaire हम जिससे भरवाते हैं, that is our subject, that is our respondent. ठीक है? That is our क्या बोलते हैं और sample. ठीक है? So ओके तो अब रिस्पोंडेंट ही इसमें तुम्हारे पॉइंट्स डाल के देगा विच इज मोस्ट प्रेफर्ड. इट इज नथिंग बट द ऑल्टरनेट ऑफ रैंक ऑर्डर स्केलिंग. रैंक में हम 1 to 10 देते हैं और हम इसमें पॉइंट्स देते हैं आउट ऑफ 100 एंड वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट इट डज नॉट गो बियॉन्ड 100. सिंपल. ओके, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट नॉन कंपैरेटिव स्केल्स जिसमें हम कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं करने वाले हैं. We have first is continuous rating scale. Continuous rating scale मतलब मैं लोगों को continuously एक option देने वाली हूँ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and I'll be telling my extreme corners. 1 stands for what and 10 stands for what. For instance, my question is, are you involved with your family? And in the option 1, I'm saying highly involved, and in the option 10, I'm giving again. Continuous rating scale. My question is, are you involved with your family? I'll give many options 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 because this is a continuous rating scale. It can go to any number. But again, the paper size हमें देखना पड़ेगा. So my 1 says maybe 1 है तो छोटा number है तो I can go least involved. My 1 number says least involved and my 10 number says highly involved. 10 says highly involved. Now, supposingly, if the person mark as 8, now what does this 8 signify according to the question? Anyone? Use a mic, please.
Ma'am, that the person is involved, but we cannot very particularly tell that how much he or she is involved. Although he or she is involved at the higher side only.
Okay, so
but-
let's stop there. Yes, the person is involved at the higher side only. Why? Because
But
6 से लेके 10 तक the person is involved. Now यहाँ पे intensity differ कर दिया हमारी. 6 पे involved है, थोड़ा कम involved है. 7 में थोड़ा ज़्यादा involved है. 8 में higher side पे involved है. और 9 पे बहुत involved है. और 10 में तो highly involved है. Right? Even यहाँ पे भी intensity differ कर लिया है. Now if I say the person marks 2, what does it signify?
That he occasionally visits his family.
Very rarely or occasionally, because least involved में तो not at all ही है, kind of, right? Least involved और उसमें rarely, occasionally. Very right. So you understood, this is the continuous rating scales where we'll be giving different things and we'll be giving a continuous rating scale 1 2 3 4 like up to 10, or it can be going towards 5, और हम मैक्सिमम नंबर और द लीस्ट नंबर को हम ऑपोजिट्स डाल के देंगे, सो दैट द पर्सन नोज वेयर ही इज मार्किंग. सपोज 1 to 5 तक है, इफ आई एम मार्किंग 3, सो इट मीन्स आई एम एवरेजली इन्वॉल्व. अगर मैं इसी रिस्केलिंग रेट को 1 to 5 कर देती हूँ, so my marking towards 3 is I am averagely involved because it lies in between. Am I making any sense?
But ma'am, is there anything to scale it up in a precise way?
Yes.
Because बहुत ज्यादा ऐसा मतलब मॉडरेट भी हो सकता है, इट कैन बी अबव एवरेज, बिलो एवरेज, बट कितना है
अगर ये 3
can't
is
be precise.
अगर 3 is neutral, for instance, I'm
Yes, ma'am.
averagely involved या neutrally involved, neutral हूँ मैं, तो ये कैसा हुआ involvement? 4, number 4
It may be above average.
above average. Are you getting me? So
Yes,
the number says the above average or below average. So we have an average on a continuous rating scale. For instance, if I say when you watch a movie or go to a trip, ठीक है? If you go and watch a movie, there you give stars. Maybe after you purchase something from the Amazon, you have a tendency to give reviews, and there are 5 stars. So that is a rating scale. When you mark 3, it means तुम्हें average लगी, and when you mark 5, it means तुम्हें best लगी, and when you mark 1, मतलब तुम्हें बहुत ही boring लगी. Even there is an option of marking star as half. Sometimes it is marked as half. Poorest, right? आ रही है बात समझ में? So this is your continuous rating scale. जहाँ पे भी हम होटल्स में रहने जाते हैं, we try to give reviews in some or the other way. हमारे smileys बने होते हैं, from laughing smiley to a very sad smiley. Even that is a rating scale. But it depends. हमारे इमोटिकॉन्स यूज करके हम बना रहे हैं, 1 to 10 कर रहे हैं, whatever range we are giving, it is a rating scale. ठीक है? Okay, moving on. We have Likert scale, staple scale, and semantic differential scale. I'll go one by one. I have already told you what is a Likert scale. I'll write in abbreviations. Likert scale is from strongly agree. This is one type of scale. Agree, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, disagree, and somewhat disagree. See the chat box. Yes, the other example of Likert scale is highly satisfied, satisfied, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, dissatisfied, and highly dissatisfied. I'm just using the abbreviated forms, please. One thing I have to tell you here is you can always start your disagreement levels or your negative perception from 1, which means just say highly dissatisfied, dissatisfied, somewhat dissatisfied, somewhat satisfied, and highly satisfied. ठीक है? 1 को हम अपना नेगेटिव बना देते हैं और बड़े वाले नंबर को हम अपना पॉजिटिव बना देते हैं. I strongly agree, agree, neither agree nor disagree, disagree, strongly disagree. Again, ये भी हमारी level of agreeableness दिखा रहा है on a scale. हम कहीं पे भी lie कर सकते हैं उसको. So this is a Likert scale. Any example? Do you agree that your college is having a good leadership style? Kindly rate your agreeableness on a scale which is strongly agree, agree, neither agree nor disagree, disagree, and strongly disagree. Quickly frame a question on Likert scale.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Manisha.
Ma'am, I just want to know that these forms like highly dissatisfied or we can start from highly satisfied. Are these forms are depends on the title of research or kind of research, or any one of them we can frame in our questionnaire? I mean,
Yeah,
what is the
very good question. Suppose your
features?
work is on the in the area of you have to identify the satisfaction level of consumers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So majorly you will be using the satisfaction scale. Agar one of the variable is your satisfaction scale. If you want to know the perception of employees, it can be your agreeableness or disagreeableness scale, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it depends on your objective of the study as well. What do you want to know?
Okay. In my research in general, I just want to know the perception and effects on employees or of the particular topic. Then what form of these scales is appropriate, will be appropriate?
See, depends. वैसे तो what we do is we try to fetch the standardized scales, right?
Okay,
हम
ma'am.
already existing scales use करते हैं for the variables that you are using in your study, और
Yes,
उस
ma'am.
variables को हम अपनी study में adopt करते हैं,
Yeah.
ठीक है? But if there is any variable, तो अगर supposingly तुम्हारा satisfaction पे है, या तो तुम अपने satisfaction वाले questions बनाओगे, या फिर अपना scale satisfaction वाला बनाओगे. तो majorly क्या होता है कि हमारे questions सारे बेस्ड satisfaction लेवल पे होने चाहिए टू मेजर द एलिमेंट ऑफ satisfaction among people.
Okay.
परसेप्शन है, तुम स्केल एग्रीबलनेस वाला यूज कर सकते हो. तुम परसेप्शन में तो हम फ्रीक्वेंसी भी यूज करते हैं ना. फॉर इंस्टेंस मैं कह रही हूँ कि हाउ फ्रीक्वेंटली यू गो फॉर अ ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम.
Yeah.
अगर मुझे कुछ ट्रेनिंग का इफेक्ट देखना है तो, राइट? तो
Yes,
ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस भी होते हैं मिक्स्ड. But अगर satisfaction is your variable in the study, then you will be using the questions based on satisfaction.
Okay, ma'am. Got
ठीक है?
it.
अब एक चीज और है. Supposingly I want to know the satisfaction of Uber riders. अब क्या होगा यहाँ पे? I'll say, are you satisfied with the staff or the drivers of Uber's cabs? Then I'll be using the scale highly satisfied, satisfied, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, dissatisfied, and highly dissatisfied. I can use either way. ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Depending on the objective of the study, and majorly what we do in our PhD work is we try to adopt the questionnaires which are already in existence.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. So Rashi has written, we have some responses. Okay. Can strongly agree, strongly disagree, somewhat agree, somewhat so what is this? Acha, I have written, sorry. The current government is fulfilling its promises. How satisfied are you with the quality of customer service of Myntra? Very dissatisfied. Okay. Navdeep, strongly agree. The current government is fulfilling its promises. You have given a statement, और तुम ऊपर instructions में लिखोगे. Kindly tell your agreeableness levels on the given statements. ठीक है? Then Jazib has written how satisfied you are with the recent change in the company's working hour policy. Very dissatisfied, neutral, satisfied, and very satisfied. Do not use the word neutral. Say neither satisfied nor dissatisfied. How satisfied are you being a customer of SpiceJet Airlines? Highly satisfied, neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, highly dissatisfied. Okay. How effective today's workshop? HS, S, NS. Okay. Neutral. Okay. D and HD. Shazia, how do you describe your pain? No hurt, hurt little bit, hurt even more, hurts a lot. Bhavna Gambhir, do you like eating sushi? Very right. अपने सारे इमोशंस लेके आ जाओ भावना तुम यहाँ पे. Okay. Moving on. I have one question. I do not know what she is trying to ask. Spencer, what about an absolute? Like a question such as this, what if a person not involved at all, can we add a 0? Very good question. You can always write on a question continuous rating scale पे जहाँ पे 1 हमने दे दिया not at all involved, 10 हमने दे दिया highly involved. Spencer, you got my answer? Okay, cool. So moving on, this was your Likert scale. I want to tell you a Likert scale can always be a 4-point scale, 5-point scale, 6-point scale, 7-point scale, 8-point scale and 9-point scale. तुम जितना बड़ा बना लो Likert scale को, it can go on with it. How? If we have a even Likert scale, even number Likert scale, for instance, I can use strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. This is a 4-point scale. Now, why I'm saying this is as a forced choice question? Why it will become a forced choice question? Because there is no neutral category. It is strongly agree, agree, strongly disagree, disagree, and strongly disagree. This is a 4-point scale. There is no neutral category. It means that there is no zero. It is a forced choice question. या तो इंसान agree करेगा या वो disagree करेगा. Simple. अगर हम 5-point scale की बात करें, it means odd scales में मैं एक neutral category introduce कर रही हूँ. Strongly agree, agree, neither agree nor disagree, disagree, and strongly disagree. So I am introducing this neutral category so that if the person has no white or black answer, it can mark that neutral category. So it is a non-forced choice question. We can range ourselves to 6-point. How 6-point? Strongly agree, agree, somewhat disagree, disagree, and strongly disagree. It becomes a 6-point question. How it will become a 7-point question? Strongly agree, agree, somewhat agree, neither agree nor disagree, disagree, somewhat disagree, and highly disagree, strongly disagree. So it becomes a 7-point question. Now I want to know, all of you are with me so far. Please.
And then how many point scale is appropriate for
It
the
depends.
survey type research?
It depends on your research, how finer results you want. Basically, we go जो genuinely हम जा रहे होते हैं 5-point, 6-point ऐसे पे ही जा रहे होते हैं. And it depends on the standardized questionnaire as well कि उसमें कितना point scale बना हुआ है, तो हम उसको as it is adopt कर लेते हैं.
Okay, ma'am.
ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Any question? And please tell me, are you with me so far? So shall I continue?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we have a semantic differential scale. An important scale. Semantic differential मतलब difference create करना है हमें. For instance, my website is, I can give you a question, whether your website is, I'm giving the options, outdated or updated. I'm creating two extremes, outdated or updated, and I'm giving a 7-point in between. जब मैं 7-point बीच में दे रही हूं और एक्सट्रीम कॉर्नर्स में मैं आउटडेटेड और अपडेटेड बोल रही हूं, तो जहां पे भी इंसान मार्क करेगा हमें पता चल जाएगा कि उसकी इंक्लिनेशन किसकी तरफ है. यस. सो my extreme left says outdated, my extreme right says updated, and I'm marking on my extreme left, that is 1, which means your website is outdated. If I'm marking on 3, it means outdated but little outdated. But if I'm marking on 4, it means neutral hai. And if I'm marking on 7, it means highly updated website. Yes, Jazir, please ask the question.
Ma'am, is there any point or is on the scale that also defines that neither updated nor outdated?
Right, so 7-point scale I'm saying 7 हमने options दे दी, तो जो बीच वाला number होगा हमारा 4, I think 4 ही होगा ना?
Okay.
Yes, 1, 2, 3 is side, 4, 5, 6, 7 is side. So 4 is your neutrality.
Okay.
ठीक है, semantic differential में. I'm quickly using the chat box to write what scale I'm using. Semantic differential scale. I'm saying outdated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to updated. ठीक है, मैंने थोड़ा क्लोजली वो बार्स मार्क करे हैं, बट थोड़ा स्पेस दे देना. Quickly write a question on semantic differential scale in the chat box. I'm waiting. तुम्हारी वीडियोस बंद हो जाती हैं सबकी. आई एम टॉकिंग टू द वॉल्स ऑफ माई लैपटॉप. अनसुना कर दिया.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So rate your experience on the cleanliness of the hotel, dirty or clean. हम rate word नहीं यूज करेंगे इसमें. रेटिंग स्केल नहीं है ना, ये तो फिर रेटिंग स्केल बन गया हमारा, है ना. हम एक स्टेटमेंट देंगे. शाजिया विल गिव ओनली 2 ऑप्शंस और वो एकदम ऑपोजिट्स होंगी. न्यूट्रल कैटेगरी ऐसे नहीं होगी. हम बीच में पॉइंट्स मार्क करेंगे. I'll give you an example. Let me show you the screen. Intervals. Yeah. Okay, I'll use the chat box. I'm not getting my paper. So I'm saying, give me one question, please. Whether your fashion is okay. Whether your fashion is, ये तो हमारा प्लीज हमें मार्क करना है ऑन द स्केल, ठीक है. Whether your fashion is, again obsolete लिख दे. Obsolete or trending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or trending. Simple. How customer friendly is MTNL broadband services? Highly satisfactory and highly dissatisfactory. Okay. Who Likert scale? How would you rate the overall usability of AI for social harmony? Give the options. Jazib, give the option, please.
Yes, ma'am, I'm writing.
Okay.
Ma'am, like in Rashi's question, it is highly satisfactory or highly dissatisfactory. So, is it necessary that it has to be in the increasing order only, or it can be in decreasing as well? Like
This has to be opposites. Antonyms होने चाहिए हमारे पास. ठीक है. Opposites की बात करते हैं हम यहाँ पे. Basically adjectives use कर रहे होते हैं हम यहाँ पे. ठीक है. How would you rate the overall usability of AI for social harmony? But you should know, Jazib, again, you can always use difficult to use in one end and easy to use on the other end. Then it will be a total opposite thing you are talking about. And in between, you have to give 7 pointers. Simple.
Okay, ma'am.
You do not have to give the option of middle, that is neither easy nor difficult. Okay, then
ma'am.
it becomes a Likert scale. Simple.
Okay, ma'am.
Just have to talk about the extreme opposite or antonym.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Simple?
Sure, ma'am. So, ma'am, it means like semantic differential skill always talk about outlier, like what is there on the extreme.
Extreme. Yeah.
Okay.
Your car services is inefficient or efficient. ठीक है? Opposite दे दिया मैंने. Do you think this brand is common or exclusive? दो opposite end दे दिए. Do you think this student performs poor या excellent? Again, I'm giving 2 extreme options. Do you think your product design is inferior or superior?
Superior. Yeah.
Right? So what I'm
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
is I'm trying to compare by the 2 extremes. ठीक है?
Ma'am,
हमारे पास
how good it is, like actually the scale is to gauge the
Right.
overall
Frankly speaking, there are certain scales that are only used in for the training purposes, and there are certain scales that are used for your PhD purposes. For
Yes, ma'am.
instance, Likert is widely used for your PhD purposes
Yes,
and
yes.
demographic questions. ठीक है? Other instruments or other scaling techniques जो हम दूसरी कर रहे हैं, semantic differential, these are quick things. हमारा कंटिन्यूअस रेटिंग स्केल क्या होता है? तुम पिज्जा हट में जाते हो, हमारे इमोटिकॉन्स पे आ जाता है कंटिन्यूअस रेटिंग स्केल, मार्क द इमोटिकॉन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर कि तुम्हें पिज्जा हट में एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा गया या नहीं. सो दैट इज अ क्विक सॉर्ट ऑफ फीडबैक फॉर्म जो हमसे लेते हैं, सो दैट दे क्विकली इम्प्रोवाइज देयर सर्विसेज इफ समथिंग गोज रॉन्ग विद देम.
यस मैम.
ठीक है. सो कुछ हमारे फीडबैक फॉर्म होते हैं, कुछ चीजें हम क्योंकि आई हैव डन माय पीएचडी थीसिस इन लाइकर्ट स्केल एंड द डेमोग्राफिक क्वेश्चंस, तो मुझे सिर्फ लाइकर्ट स्केल के बारे में पता है. इवन माय स्कॉलर्स आर डूइंग इन द लाइकर्ट स्केल. अदर इन्वेंटरी टाइप क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, चेकलिस्ट होती है कि क्या ये था तुम्हारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, डू यू थिंक देयर आर रजिस्टर्स, देयर आर पेन्स, सो टिक 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 टिक. सो दीज आर इन्वेंटरी टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जहां पे हमारे पास एक चेकलिस्ट होती है.
Ma'am, can I ask you one question? Sorry.
Yes, yeah.
So, ma'am, currently, like my topic, the research topic on which I am working is on the elderly housing society, right? So, for that, I'll be interviewing, a lot of people who are above 60 or 70 or in between that. So, can I ask them such kind of questions directly based on this scale that how happy are you in your current housing society or in your current dwelling? So, can I use such kind of questions as well?
So this is a good question. जब हम इंटरव्यू लेते हैं ना, it's not a forced choice question. It should not be a forced choice question. First thing first.
Okay.
तुम स्टार्ट जरूर कर सकते हो कि बताओ तुम खुश हो इन चीजों से या नहीं खुश हो, yes और no में आंसर मिलेगा. Then you always create the open-ended questions जहाँ पे वो अपने experiences के साथ वो answers देते हैं, so that you capture the essence, right? इंटरव्यू का तभी फायदा है, नहीं तो हम सर्वे ही ना करवा ले सबसे, या फिर हम इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल बनाते हैं कि हम लोग ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चंस देते हैं टू कैप्चर द एसेंस, तो हम उसमें सो दैट पीपल राइट देयर थिंग्स और देयर परसेप्शन. आ रही है बात समझ में? इंटरव्यू का फायदा, या इंटरव्यू
फॉर सॉरी मैम प्लीज.
नहीं आप बोलिए प्लीज.
नहीं मैम प्लीज, सॉरी इंटरप्टेड.
इंटरव्यू ठीक है, तुम स्टार्ट कर सकते हो फ्यू क्वेश्चंस क्लोज्ड एंडेड, बट यू हैव टू ऑलवेज हैव द ओपन एंडेड क्वेश्चंस टू गेट द रिस्पांस वेल.
या सो मैम फॉर डिफरेंट एज
10-12 का ही लेते हैं और उसके बाद हमारी थ्योरेटिकल सैचुरेशन आ जाती है. ठीक है. हाँ जी.
So ma'am, just to clarify one last thing ma'am, for a different age group we'll be using different kind of scale, because if I ask a few questions like regarding the fashion or anything, so the people of the age from 21 to 30, they have a different way of answering the
this is
survey.
How you are going to analyze statistically now. तुमने एक ही क्वेश्चनर भरवाया क्योंकि तुम्हारा ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ द स्टडी है, यू वांट टू नो द डिफरेंट परसेप्शन ऑफ डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप. ठीक है. सो अब इस एक ही ऑब्जेक्टिव के अंदर तुम्हारे डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स तो चाहिए ही चाहिए. आफ्टर यू कलेक्ट ऑन योर रिस्पॉन्सेज, अब तुम स्टैटिस्टिकली ये बताओगे कि उनका क्या डिफरेंट ओपिनियन था या नहीं. After
so
getting
I was actually interviewing one of my respondent, and he's like 68 or 69, just trying to understand like how reluctant or how he's inclined towards the elderly housing society. I was just asking him, so that guy himself is not aware of such kind of things like what is elder housing, what kind of facilities you are providing, or all these things. So he was like, नहीं अच्छा लग रहा, हाँ ना, लाइक वो ओल्ड एज में लोग दे गिव डायरेक्ट आंसर, दे डोंट गिव इधर उधर कुछ भी नहीं, दे जस्ट सिंपली नहीं अच्छा लगता है, लाइक दैट्स इट.
इवन ओके, सो माय
I'm facing such problems while going through the interview. Yeah.
पहला क्वेश्चन ये था, जब आप क्वेश्चनेयर से भरवा रहे हैं लोगों से रिस्पॉन्सेज डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स में, क्या आप असेस कर पाएंगे, उनके कंपैरेटिव स्टडी कर पाएंगे या नहीं? तो द आंसर इज यस, यू विल ट्राई टू अचीव द डिफरेंट परसेप्शंस ऑफ डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप स्टैटिस्टिकली. ठीक है. You can always compare the two groups. ठीक है. You can use different tests which will be told in the further sessions. And when you get the responses, when you take the interviews, it is always qualitative. You know that, I think so.
Yes, ma'am.
पॉलिटिक्स में इंटरव्यू किसी भी डायरेक्शन में जा सकता है, जरूरी नहीं है जो हम सोच के जाएं हमारा इंटरव्यू उसी डायरेक्शन में जाएगा.
Yes, ma'am.
हमें इंटरव्यू के बाद ही पता चलता है कि बेसिक लेवल पे लोगों को नॉलेज ही नहीं है इन चीजों की.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
रिजल्ट दैट विल कंट्रीब्यूट कि कितनी अवेयरनेस की
Okay.
जरूरत है इन चीजों की. राइट, फॉर
Okay.
पॉलिसी मेकर्स
Yes, ma'am.
यू विल बी एबल टू कंट्रीब्यूट फॉर पॉलिसी मेकर्स कि पॉलिसी मेकर्स को अब क्या करना चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट को क्या करना चाहिए, ये हाउसिंग
Yes,
स्कीम
ma'am.
वालों को क्या करना चाहिए. आर यू गेटिंग मी? वो अपनी अवेयरनेस
Yes, ma'am.
कैसे स्प्रेड करे. दिस इज हाउ यू गेट योर रिजल्ट्स. यू कंट्रीब्यूट, तब पता लगता है कि हम सोसाइटी के लिए क्या कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, हमने क्या
Exactly.
किया. ठीक है. एंड
Sure, ma'am.
ऑलवेज हमारा हंच जिससे हम स्टार्ट करते हैं अपना पीएचडी वर्क डज नॉट से दैट कि हमारा वही हंच मीट कर जाएगा. हमारे इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में चीजें डिफरेंट हो सकती हैं, डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स में चीजें डिफरेंट हो सकती है. सो वट एवर योर आंसर इज, पीएचडी इज नेवर राइट और रॉन्ग. इट्स जस्ट दैट इट्स डिफरेंट ऑलवेज. ठीक है.
Yes, ma'am.
जो भी आंसर आए वो सही होता है, बिकॉज देर आर सर्टन कंडीशंस. हमारा कल्चर बीच में आ जाता है, इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट डिफरेंट होता है, हमारा वेस्ट से वो मैच नहीं करता. सो वी हैव एन नंबर ऑफ रीजंस टू जस्टिफाई आवर थीसिस.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
The last concept that I would like to do is the staple. Staple is nothing but I'll be giving the respondents the negative integers to the positive integers. मैं बोलूंगी kindly rate your satisfaction levels on the basis of -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, then +1, +2, +3, +4, and +5. Now, if this kind of scale comes across you, it means it is a staple scale. Supposingly, do you think the website is updated? Right? And if I give this scale, -5 means the website is not at all updated. And your +5 means the website is very updated. And you see there is no 0. It means there is no neutral category here. यहाँ पे सिर्फ positive है, white and black है again. जहाँ पे neutral 0 नहीं होता, it means हर चीज white and black होती है. There is no gray area. So this is your staple scale. I'll quickly frame a question on staple scale. Please do not write, can you rate, give a statement and directly give the staple scale. And your staple scale can have n number of points, +7, -7 to +7. ठीक है, वो जितने मर्जी दे देना तुम. टाइम वेस्ट मत करना, -100 से शुरू हो जाओ +100 तक. ओके. Anyone attempting this question?
Can you please explain it once again? वो actually bell ring हुई थी, समझाना पड़ा था.
Okay. So I'll give you an example. I'm saying the website displays is visually appealing. Do you think the website displayed is visually appealing? This is my question to you. ठीक है. अब मैंने तुम्हें ये responses दे दिए -5 to +5. अगर मैं नेगेटिव इंटीजर की तरफ जाती हूँ, इट मीन्स कहीं ना कहीं वेबसाइट अपीलिंग नहीं है. जहां पे बिल्कुल भी अपीलिंग नहीं है, दैट नंबर विल बी -5. ठीक है. और जहां पे आ रही हूँ थ्रू दीज नंबर्स एंड थ्रू नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स और द पॉजिटिव इंटीजर्स. यस राशि, ये यस से नो है, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. So please write the question on the basis of this table. How are you feeling today? Very good question. -5 to +5. Okay, Navdeep, how was your experience commuting through Volvo bus? So ये तो हमने फिर experience की बात कर ली, -5 to +5. Okay, that is also a scale. How much you like fast food? -5 to +5. Mamta, Manisha, right?
इसको जो हमने ये किया था सिमेंटिक डिफरेंशियल, इनमें डिफरेंस क्या हुआ? मतलब सिर्फ नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव हो रहा है यही?
See, there are the various types of scales that we use. ठीक है, मैंने तुम्हें बताया जैसे कुछ क्विक फीडबैक फॉर्म के लिए हम यूज कर लेते हैं, तो इसकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमारे पास होनी चाहिए. फॉर इंस्टेंस इफ आई से राइट अ क्वेश्चन ऑन, इन योर एग्जाम क्वेश्चन आता है कि राइट अ क्वेश्चन ऑन स्टेपल स्केल, तो हमें पता होना चाहिए ना व्हाट इज दैट
है क्या?
+5 to -5, -5 to +5. These are all rating scales. हम क्या कर रहे हैं क्वेश्चनर में? रेट ही तो कर रहे हैं हमारे पैटर्न्स, बिहेवियर्स, मोटिवेशंस, एटीट्यूड्स, परसेप्शंस, है ना? How much do you like water parks? -5 to +5. Okay, I'll go with it. Rashi, real time response rate of every police complaint made in India rate. अरे बाप रे, क्या लिखे आई यार तुमने इतना? -5 to +5. Okay, मेरे को समझ नहीं आया बट ठीक है. I got the message. ठीक है. Any problem so far? आ गया समझ में?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope everybody got it. It's time to wrap up now. कोई प्रॉब्लम है, कुछ भी है, प्लीज पूछ लो अभी right away.
Ma'am, I want to ask one question basically. So sorry for my throat. So my voice is. So basically, I wanted to ask that you are saying that we need to adopt some questionnaire, right? If we want to do it, but what about when we do a research, something very novel, new?
Questionnaire on it, existing question on it, and you want to develop your own questionnaire.
Yeah.
That is itself a research work. और उसमें क्या करना होता है? You have to talk to people about that concept. You have to write their responses. You have to get the statements from related research. पहली बात तो जो भी existing area में होती है, and through the interviews, then you on the of the responses you get, and not have to talk many experts for that matter. And once your questionnaire is done, suppose तुमने एक concept को लेके 100 questions बना दिए, you have to get your review done from various experts then. तो वो थोड़े से कम कर देंगे, मे बी 70 तक ले आए, ठीक है? Then you do some pilot factor analysis, ये सारी आप चीजें करते हो, and then you properly define your questionnaire. After doing your factor analysis, you will realize that इसमें से तो और questions हट रहे हैं, right? या ये वाला जो सब वेरिएबल आपने आइडेंटिफाई किया था वो पूरा का पूरा हटाना पड़ रहा है, इट इज नॉट गोइंग वेल. So this is a long process of designing a questionnaire, but again you have to be in touch with the reviewers, you have to be in touch with the experts of the field.
This is a constant dilemma in research, which I find that people do ask, do something new, but when we the reference, bring reference you want to do again.
So a quick tip here is there is no dilemma at all. वो तो हमारी जिंदगी ऐसी है कि हम डिलेमा में रहते हैं 24 घंटे. So the quick answer is, आप suppose for instance you are working on the area of emotional intelligence. आपने शुरू से जब से कॉइन हुआ ये टर्म आपने पढ़ना शुरू किया अपनी रिसर्च में, you read many papers. अब तुमने देखा 2024 आ चुका है, राइट? तो आप ये देखो 2024 तक इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस पे क्या काम हुआ है. And when you'll come across the recent papers जिसमें उनकी limitations and scope for future researches बता रखी होती है. I'm not saying ऐसी कोई भी journal से बैठ के पढ़ लो, but a good category journal, A category journal, right? या highly impact factor journal. उनसे पढ़ो, then you will come across the limitations and scope for future studies. अरे वो दिग्गज लोग तो हमारे लिए छोड़ के जाते हैं कि आगे researchers क्या काम करें. So this is how we get the reference कि यहाँ पे हमें कमी लगी थी, इन्होंने यहाँ तक काम किया है, this is the gap जो मैं उठा रहा हूँ. and there you find the reference. So there is no dilemma at all.
Thank
अब
you,
तो नहीं
ma'am.
होगा ना?
Yeah, indeed, ma'am. And one more suggestion. If the management organizing the FDP agrees to it, then all the participants, maybe who are interested, can write a little bit about them in the group. Right, so we can know that what they are doing, in which field they are researching, and if there is a scope of collaboration, that individually we can connect with them, and it will also be helpful for us in networking. So
You can
you can
always
just let us
ask
know.
the teachers, you can always form the group. It's better that all the scholars are connected pan India. मेरे को तो अच्छा ही लगता है. In fact, you can always collaborate. और जो भी टीचर एग्री करती है, ये हमारे स्कॉलर्स बैठे हैं, भावना, रुचिका एंड राशि. यू कैन ऑलवेज गेट कनेक्टेड टू देम. एंड रुचिका, देखो यार कौन सी टीचर के साथ कौन मतलब एसोसिएट होना चाहता है. प्लीज थोड़ा सा आइडेंटिफाई करो, मेक दोज ग्रुप्स, या वर्क टुगेदर. एंड और इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्चेस आर ट्रेंडिंग. कोलैबोरेट करो. इट्स नॉट अबाउट ओनली थीसिस वर्क. सीखना है तो जिंदगी में बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. और यू नो दैट इट्स नॉट एन एंड. योर PhD इज नॉट एन एंड, इट्स जस्ट द बिगनिंग. तो even when you are an academician and you teach, you are an assistant professor somewhere, you are bound to write papers which are novel, having a different contribution towards the society. So it's better that you collaborate and make it interdisciplinary. Okay, you can always get connected to these people and you can always reach out to us, no matter. We are always there in the LinkedIn or email address. So wherever you can, whom you want to associate with, you can always reach out. That's no problem. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I hope समझ आ गया, ऊपर से नहीं गया. आई होप यू ऑल एंजॉयड द लेक्चर. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था मैं ऐसे ही बोल रही हूँ जैसे मैं फेस टू फेस क्लासरूम में बोलती हूँ, इतना चीखती हूँ.
It was really good.
चलो, आ गया ना समझ में. सो आई नेक्स्ट सेशन वैसे मेरा था, बट आई कवर्ड ऑल द पॉइंट्स हियर इन दिस सेशन ओनली. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज आई आस्क सदफ मैम टू कम. थोड़ा सा मैं क्विक ब्रीफ कर लूंगी सेशन को एंड आई विल कंक्लूड. उसके बाद सदफ मैम विल ज्वाइन इन दी अपकमिंग लेक्चर. ठीक है. ओके, ग्रेट. हैव अ ग्रेट डे. बाय बाय.
Thank you.
ma'am.
या
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
हाय. द नेक्स्ट सेशन अब क्या 3 बजे होगा नेक्स्ट सेशन? रुचिका, are you there? You're not audible, Ruchika.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay, thank you.